This upcoming video is part 2 in a 3-part series. I would recommend that you go back and watch part 1 if you haven't already, just because it will give you some context for the cards we're going to be looking at in this video. I'll go ahead and put a card up in the top right there with a link to part 1. And if you could go ahead and leave a like on this video, I'd really appreciate it. This project took a lot longer than a regular video does. So yeah, let's just get straight into the video. We're going to be looking at the cards from IC Cardass, the starter set and sets 1, 2 and 3. But yeah, now let's move on and look at the card list. So it defaults to set 5. I want to start with Series 1 starter set. So it came with this red Goku leader. And one interesting thing now as we're looking through the card list is to notice which cards have the artwork basically was reused for cards in our game. Like I think this Goku, I believe the art for this Goku was used in a card in our game as well. Might even have been in the first starter deck we had as well. I will, hopefully, if I can figure out how to do it, put an image of the card from our game whenever we look at a card that has the same art in our game. I'll try and put it up on the screen kind of around here-ish to compare. I'm not going to go through every skill of every card, just because this video will be super long. I mean, there's like 5 sets and promo cards to go through as well. One interesting thing to note, so this Goku, I don't think this art is used on anything in our game. Whereas if we look at the back, this art was used for a Goku card in set 1, but it was a battle card rather than a leader, and we'll see that quite a few times actually as we look at these cards. We'll see that art that is sometimes on a leader will become a battle card or even an extra card in one case. So yeah, I just want to take a look at mainly just the card arts. Like I know this Vegeta was used for something. I don't know if this Gotenks is in our game or this Piccolo. One thing you notice as well as we look through these cards, they got a lot of like skill-less cards in this game. Because I've looked through all the cards ahead of time, it seemed like every set has like a third of it is skill-less cards. This Tien, I don't know if... I don't think this Chaozu or this Yamcha. I know this Gohan is, although I don't know that this guy appears on the card. Or even Videl. I think it's literally just this Gohan on the card in our game. I'm not sure about this Goten or Trunks. I know this Krillin definitely has a card. Seek help, Krillin. And yeah, those are all the ones that came in the starter set for this game. It seems like they only ever had one starter deck. So let's look at the Series 1 booster then. So again, I don't know if this Goku... I know this art has been reused in our game. This Gohan as well. I think maybe this might have been a leader at some point in our game. Maybe not. I know this Goku art was used. I think this one was definitely used in set 8. I think it's that red Goku that comes into play when something has its power reduced. I can't remember the name of it. See here, we got like a Goten. This Vegeta I know was definitely a card in one of the early sets, I want to say. Videl, this Gotenks was another early one. This Goku, Gohan, Great Saiyaman. This Goten, I'm not sure about. Or this Krillin and Android 18 either. I don't think this, because at one point for a video I looked at all the Master Roshi cards in our game and I do not remember seeing this one in there. We got another skillless Tien and skillless Yamcha, which look very similar to the ones from the starter deck. They're also like Battle of Gods skillless ones. This Oolong I don't think is used in our game either, or this Hercule. This Boo I think is, and this Goku I know exactly which card this art is for. I cannot remember the name of it. It was in the Surge expansion. It's the one that when you attack into something, you can KO this card and also KO the card it was attacking into if it had like a certain amount of power or less or something like that. Here we have a Raditz, which I don't think was used in our game. This one here, so this is a Bardock battle card, but this is the artwork for Successor of Hope. And then down here, so we have Blue Beerus, and it's the same front and back. However, if we look here at his actual skills, so when it attacks, draw a card when attacking a leader, and if this card gets 5k power for the duration of the battle. Then there's a pressure skill. If this card is attacking during battle, your opponent cannot place cards of level 0 or below in their melee area. So basically they can't combo with level 0 cards. Then it's Unleash, which is when your life drops 3 or below. Draw 1, flip over. And basically the thing we're looking at here is that this does not have the 16 energy win the game thing that the version of Beerus from set 1 had in our game. Also, another interesting thing to note is that the leaders sometimes also have an auto on the back that activates when they awaken. So in this case, when this card uses Unleash, place all your opponent's cards from the battle area and melee area in the drop area. So this is like a board wipe when you awaken, which is interesting. Another thing to point out as well, as you can see under here, rarity. So I know in our game this was like a rare, whereas in their game it was a legend rare, which if I understand it correctly means it was the equivalent of like an SR. So I know some people were upset in our game when they would like get a rare leader from a pack. Well, in this game you could get like basically a super rare and it would be a leader. So that must have been pretty disappointing, especially if it was one you already had. And also, if there was a leader you really wanted and it was basically an SR, I can imagine that might have been a bit annoying as well. So in their set 1, they also had this Piccolo leader, which I think... Is this the Piccolo leader from that? Or is either of these arts from the starter deck green Piccolo? I don't think so. I've definitely seen this art before. Same with this art down here, actually. This is Whis' Coercion. And we can see the name... So this is a battle card, but the name is very similar. It's Coercive Advisor Whis. What did this one actually do? If this card is attacking during your battle, your opponent cannot place cards of level 0 below in the melee area. So similar to the Beerus, when it's attacking, and then it has a continuous effect. So I guess like a permanent. You can even see there has the same kind of purple color almost. Continuous effect. If your leader is Beerus, this card gets -1 level while in your hand. Oh, so basically the level is the equivalent of the energy cost. So this would reduce itself by 1 if you had a Beerus leader. This could be okay. I believe the artwork was used for a promo card. I just ordered actually 1 or 2 copies of that promo. So that's why I recognize it. I'm not sure about this Piccolo. This Dende, I think, might have a card in our game with this art. So we're going to see they actually have 2 Oracle Fish cards in this game. And I cannot remember if it's this one or the other one that is the artwork for the one Oracle Fish card we have in our game. We have another Piccolo. This Beerus I don't think has been used in our game. This Whis was. I think this is the one that is like a free blocker if your leader is Beerus. This could be okay. I'm not sure about all this Supreme Kai or Kibito even. This Elder Kai I think is... I know this is Kai. Is this the one that in our game when your opponent plays a card during your turn they have to put like cards on the bottom of their deck? But in this game it's skillless. Same with this West Kai. I'm assuming the South Kai and King Kai as well. So they have a Bubbles. Do we even have a Bubbles in our game? Surely we do, but I just can't remember ever seeing one. So this one I don't think is the basis of a card in our game. This one I know 100%. This is Kami Global Unifier in our game. Whereas in this game it's just a skillless 5k. What's interesting is that it's 5k, but it has 2 strike points, so it basically has double strike. Mr. Popo, I don't know about this. So this Vegeta was the artwork, I think is, front and back is the same as the one from Draft Box 4. This Gotenks we have here. This is, I know the front is the same. I'm assuming the back is going to be the same as in our game, I think. This Trunks here is, not in our game as far as I can tell, because you can see they've reused quite a lot of art from this game in our game. This Vegeta, I believe this part of the artwork is used. I don't think this bit of Bulma on the floor is in, or is in the card art in our version. King Vegeta, I'm not sure about this. This I don't think has ever been used in our game either. Or this Goten, I know this Bulma was. This was in draft box 4, I want to say. This I think when I was doing the heroine card video, I saw this artwork as well. If an unskilled Trunks, so in this game they call them unskilled as opposed to skillless. So here we have a Trunks, a King Vegeta, another Bulma. So this, I know, is another draft box 4, I want to say, card. As well as the first one on this page as well. This Bulma's mother one as well. These were all in draft box 4. I think they were all also green like they are in this game. Although they weren't skillless. I'm not sure about any of these. Yamcha, Krillin or Android 18. Tien, Chaozu. I know this Pilaf has been used in a card art. I think this shoe has as well. If not, it's very similar to this one. This Mai, I think, also has a card again. I think I saw that during the heroine video when I was making it. This Gotenks might have been used. They have a Tarbell in this game, whereas we don't in ours. And he has a permanent to reduce the cost of skillless Vegetas in your hand. So in this game, this is a Vegeta, whereas in our game, this artwork is for a Negate, the one from set 1 that's green. It's very similar to Shocking Death Ball. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. It's something like Full Power. Is it Full Power Energy? Is that the name of it? Whereas in this game, it's like a full cost 25k skillless card. I don't think we have full cost skillless cards in our game. We have this Vegeta here, this Nappa here rather, and another skillless Vegeta. So I guess these are the ones that would be reduced by this Tarbell. And that brings us to the end of this set. So again, like in our game, they didn't have black. They just had, we can see here, green, blue. Did they only have 3 colours? Yeah. Green, blue, and red. So they didn't even have yellow in their first set. I think maybe we see some yellow cards in some of the later sets. Let's move on to set 2. So this Bardock, I think, is the same front and back artwork-wise to the one of the Bardocks we got in our game. Whereas this King Vegeta, I believe this is the same front, whereas the back is totally different to the back of the King Vegeta leader we have in our game. I think is still like in his base form, not a Great Ape. This Vegeta, I believe, is on a promo card. I think it's the one that reduces the combo cost of all your Great Apes from your hand. We have this Raditz. I don't think this is used. This Bardock, I know, is a card. It's like a yellow card in our game. I'm not sure about this. This Tora card is... This Great Ape Fascia, I know, is a card as well. That's another one I remember picking up some copies of. I think this Kakarot as well is. It's one of the few cards in our game that has the Kakarot name on it. I guess another thing to point out is that in this game they had special traits, but they didn't have character names. They also had errors, the same way we do, but I don't think they used them for anything either. And this is another 5k card that basically had double strike. So here we have Bardock. I think this Fascia was used. This Shigesh is the artwork from the Shigesh Super Combo that eventually got banned. This Borgos, I think, is a card as well. This Turo? Is Tulo in our game, is it not? Interesting. This Kid Vegeta I don't think is used, but I think this one is. This King Vegeta, this Nappa, this kind of younger Nappa with a bit of hair. Pretty sure that is a card in our game as well. I'm not sure about either of these Bardocks. So they have the Planet Plant citizens, I guess, from the kind of Bardock special. We don't have these in our game, but I wouldn't be surprised if when they do eventually get around to adding them, if they reuse the art from these cards. I don't know if we've got a Great Ape Napper in our game. This Vegeta, I'm pretty sure was either like set 1 or set 2 in our game. Might even have been blue as well. So in this game they had a Whis leader in set 2, whereas in our game I don't think it was till set 12 we got a Whis leader. I don't think this is the same artwork. I'm not sure if either of these arts have been used on battle cards or extra cards or anything. I don't think so. I don't remember seeing at least this back side. This front side looks vaguely familiar. This might be a card in our game. If it is, I'll put it up on the side. This Gohan I don't think has been used in our game, nor this blue kind of Future Trunks leader. This, I think, was a SPR artwork in our game. Can't quite remember, but I'll put the English version of the card up there on the side as well. This Beerus I know is one. So this is interesting because this is Whis Resting Attendant, I believe. The one that ramps a card when you activate it. And if you look down here, so activate on command once per turn. Switch this card from active mode to rest mode. If your leader is blue, place the top card of your deck in your energy area. So it's basically an active main once per turn to ramp, as opposed to in our game it's just one time when he's played. Here we have another Piccolo Vegeta. So again, this is one that I know we definitely have. This is Bulma God Tempter or something like that, and you can see here it's like Temptation of the Gods Bulma. And again, this is one that has a very similar effect, because I know in our one it lets you get a Whis 4 or less from your deck, which is usually used to get the Resting Attendant Whis. And in this game, if your leader is blue, you may take one card for your hand, place it in a drop area, and then you reveal cards in your deck until you find one Whis, which is bit of a different way of wording it, but basically it does the same thing, except you have to drop a card for the effect as well. Interesting. This artwork I know is the 12 cost Whis that lets you take another turn, whereas in this game it's just like a skillless. This is what I was saying about the other Oracle Fish card they have in this game. I'm not sure about this Gotenks. This Trunks, is this the artwork for that Trunks card that is banned, the one that lets you untap an energy when you combo with it? It was like limited to one. I can't remember the name of it. I mean, it's going to be similar because it's the same character. I know it's definitely a Kid Trunks, but I can't remember. And then here we have another Gotenks. I don't think this Grand Supreme Kai is in use in our game. So they have young versions of Elder Kai in this game. They have actually more than one. I think we'll see another one in a bit. Whereas he doesn't appear like this in our game at all. I think this Supreme Kai art is used as well as all the other Supreme Kai arts. I know these three definitely are. I'm not sure about this Goku. Looks vaguely familiar. Same with this Super Saiyan Trunks here. This Goku leader we get to here, I'm pretty sure this is another one that was added to our game very early on. This Roshi here I think is the same Roshi we had, but it was a draft box promo leader, I want to say, in our game, and I think it was yellow as well, as opposed to green. Not sure on this Trunks, it doesn't seem familiar to me. So I don't think either of these were used in our game. We have this Super Saiyan God Vegeta. I'm pretty sure this is in our game, and this one here will be familiar to anyone who has used Objection. This is the same picture of Jacko that you will find on that card. Whereas in this game, it's a battle card instead. This Roshi I think has been used. Same with this Gohan. I know this Pilaf has been used. I don't think this is Pilaf the Cunning, is it? It might be. I'll put like I say, I'll put the actual card there. So this Goku, like holding Vegeta's hand when he's about to instant transmission away. This doesn't ring a bell with me. This Piccolo I think was used. Is this the one that is the super combo? Or was that something else? This Tien I think might have been used. Not sure about this Android 18. I don't think this Pan has been used. This Videl, if it's not the exact artwork, it's very similar to the Goku's Lineage one. This Yamcha, this Krillin, Hercule. This Shu I think might have been used for something in our game. This Mai I don't think is in our game with her this gun here. I could be wrong on that. A lot of these other ones aren't ringing a bell, but I will chuck the card up on the side here if they are in our game. So this Goku I'm pretty sure has been used, same as this Vegeta, and then down here we have set 1 Golden Frieza. Same artwork front and back, and if I remember correctly, this one, once per turn, place 1 card from your hand and drop. Add no more than 1 unskilled Frieza's army level of 1 or less from your deck to the battle area. So this is kind of almost the opposite of the way it worked in our game, where you get rid of a card from your hand to get a Frieza's army into play, whereas in our game, you got rid of a Frieza's army in play to draw a card and untap energy. And on the back, I think it's, yeah, it has that same effect there, but then it also has move all cards from your battle area to drop area for each yellow card moved to a drop area by the skills cost draw card. So that is kind of a bit similar to the way it worked, although that's everything. If you place 3 or more cards in your drop area, this card gets plus 20k power for the battle duration of the battle. So presumably you got like a lot of little skillless Frieza's army cards, and then you put 3 in the drop to get 20k power, because if they had any significant amount of power, you would think it would be better to just combo with them than putting them in the drop area. I guess you also get to draw the cards as well. Interesting. So this Cooler Leader is the same front and back artwork wise as the one from like set 1 or set 2 of our game. Same with the Ginyu, I believe is the same front and back, and they're yellow as well. Oh yeah, so I guess this is the first set that we see where yellow is a colour, set 2. This front of this Frieza is Charismatic Villain, I believe. The counterplay from set 10. Whereas the backside of this leader is the front side of the promo Frieza leader, the one that recently got rebooted. This Frieza, I think, is a leader that we got again in one of the early sets. Might have been set 1 as well. They have a Zarbon leader in this game. So this front side I don't think has been used for anything, but this back side is the skillless Zarbon. This Golden Frieza is used for a card in our game as well. This Tagama is a very similar, even the name is pretty much the same. It's like, might actually literally be in Loyal Soldier Tagama, or maybe it's very close to that anyway. This is... So in this game it's a sorbet, but this is the artwork they use for Bad Ring Laser. This Shisami, I'm not 100% on. I know both of these King Colds, the artwork, are used in our game. This Mecha Frieza, this again, a very similar name. It's Mechanical Terra Mecha. It might be Mecha Frieza Mechanical Terra in our game. This Cooler I know is used for something. This is another one that I think was the promo. I think I got a few copies of this guy. This Frieza I know has been used. This is Avenging Frieza. This artwork in our game is Avenging Frieza. This Ginyu Force is used. This is the Frieza that comes into play after you combo with it if your lead is yellow. This, I think, was one from set 9, I want to say. This one, I think, is like the middle of the Frieza swap chain. This Frieza I know is used something. This Raccoon was definitely used. This is the artwork for Raccoon's eraser gun. So this is another one where a battle card was turned into an extra card in our game. This bit was used. This one might have been, this Jace I know was used. This again, another Ginyu Force one even, that was turned into a extra card. This is the artwork for Crusher Ball. This Guldo I think has been used, and this one. This Dodoria, I'm not sure on, but this one I know is the super combo, or the card that was errated to have super combo. I think it's called like Dodoria, the Emperor's Attendant or something like that. This Zarbon is the one that switches a card to active mode when you combo with it. The one that was just reprinted in Evolution Booster, in the Battle Evolution Booster. Not sure on this Zarbon. I think this Apple and Sui are both in the game as skillless cards like they are in this one, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know about this Banana Kiwi. I don't think this Blueberry is, although that is pretty cool artwork. Or Raspberry. I think this, I'm pretty sure this Chilled is, same for this Tubi and Kabira. And that brings us to the end of Booster 2. Booster 3, we have this Champa leader, which I'm pretty sure is the same artwork front and back. This Vados, I think, is the same way. Here we have this red Beerus, and I'm not sure, I don't think either of these artworks are used. That one seems a bit familiar, but it might have just been when I was looking through this webpage the first time. I'm just remembering it. So this is interesting. So Moginan, they had as a leader in this game, whereas in our game it was in Draft Box 4, I want to say. This is a battle card, and this is another separate battle card. I'm not sure on that. I know this Champa is. This is Further in Destruction Champa, and in our game it has a totally different effect to this one. In this, if your leader is a god, you draw one card, and this card gains power. Doesn't say how much power. It's a bit strange. This Vados, I think, might be in the early sets in our game as well. I'm not sure about this one. This one is, I know this artwork has been used in our game. Pretty sure this Whis might have as well. I'm not sure about this Manaka. I think it's the, is it this one or the other one? There's going to be another Manaka coming up. That is the base. One is, I think, basis for a card, and the other is for the extra card. There's also this Otomo and Megata, I'm not 100% on. This Beerus, I know, is the basis for a card. I literally just got it the other day. I literally have it on my table next to me here. Let me just find it. Beerus the Bad Tempered, and it's from Draft Box 1, or Draft Box 4 rather. It's DB1. This Oracle Fish, wait, no, so they have 3 Oracle Fish cards in this game even. I don't think this is the one that is the basis of the artwork. This Champa I know is from the early sets in our game. This Vados might be. I know this Moginan was also in Draft Box 4 along with the other 2. And it also in this game has the thing of you can have any number of them in your deck, which I believe is the same as in our game. This Kibito Kai, I'm not 100% on. This Elder Kai, I think is a card. I don't think this Dende is. I'm not sure about Gregory or Bubbles. I don't think this Grand Kai is in our game. This is another version of the young Elder Kai that I was talking about before. Mr. Popo, I think this Grand Supreme Kai is used. This Dende might be this. So here. So this is the starter deck Goku leader from our game. The very first starter deck. Soul Striker. Here it's called Universe Shattering Strike. This Piccolo leader doesn't seem super familiar to me. This Bardock, I'm pretty sure is a leader, but I don't think it's blue in our game. So here, this is something that's really interesting. So I'm not sure about this Gohan, but I know the Frieza Force soldiers in the background of this card, and they're going to be in the background of a few other cards with the basis for the artwork in Frieza's Call. I'm not sure on this Goku. I know this Bardock is. I think it was the first, might have been the very first BCC promo Bardock, the green one. Although I could be wrong about that. I'm pretty sure this Great Ape King Vegeta is in our game. This again is some more of the Frieza Force soldiers in the background are on Frieza's Call. There's Android 18. His, again, we can see that frog guy again. This Gotenks, I'm pretty sure is. I'm not sure on either of these. This might be, is this the one in Set 8? The one that has Revenge, that's supposed to go with the Bulma leader. This Puar, I'm pretty sure, is in our game. I don't know about that Goku. This Chi-Chi is the one where if you have 2 red-green cards in your energy. So she would be from like either set 7 or set 8 maybe. This Gohan, I believe, is also in set 8, I think. I think I had a pre-release stamped version of the card in our game and he's red. And he has some sort of active main effect. This Vegeta is another one that I am 100% sure is in the Surge expansion set. I think he has critical or something along those lines, can gain critical. I'm pretty sure he's yellow to go with that red-yellow Goku. Don't know if this was ever used. I think this Trunks was used for something. This Ox King I think might be the one that gives your cards barrier maybe. This Goku I'm pretty sure was used. So here we have the Metacooler leader. Pretty sure it's the same front and back, except in this game it's green. And his skills I think are different. Interesting, when he awakens you have to drop 2 Metacooler cards from your hand. Interesting. This Cooler leader, I'm not 100%. I think maybe he's a leader as well. The Chilled, I think this is the same Chilled. Here we have this Metacooler, I think is an SR in our game as well. I'm pretty sure this Salsa is used. This Akka, so they have an Akka. We don't have this guy in our game yet. So here we have a Metacooler. I think this might have been used. And so here we have Big Gete Star. And the interesting thing to point out is that this is a battle card. So you can actually attack into your leader with the Big Gete Star. And this skill is actually really different as well. So it has an active main once per turn. Place one of your life in a drop area if your leader is Metacooler or Metacooler Core. Look at top 4 cards of your deck and reveal no more than one each of Metacooler, Robot Soldier and Guidance Robot. Then add them to your hand. After you do, return the main card to the top of the deck and shuffle your deck. So once per turn you can crit a life and look at the top 4 and get potentially 3 cards. That seems pretty strong. This Dore and Naze, I think, are also in our game, maybe. This Frieza here is the basis for Cold Bloodlust, whereas in this game it's just like a 10k 1-cost skillless card. This Tagama here might be used. This Sorbet I'm pretty sure is used. This Shisami, I'm pretty sure this art is used in our game, and you can see again the Frieza's Skull kind of guys in the background. There's the Ado and Kado that go with the Akka from up here. And then down. Ooh. So here we have the Infinite Army Metacooler, which when we look at this and compare it to the card in our game, it's basically the same thing. Like it has the effect of you can have any number of this card in your deck. It's 15k, it's cost 2. The only difference really is it's green in this game, whereas in our game it's yellow. Then we have the Robot Soldier, Guidance Robot, this Cooler, this Salsa, this Naze. No, I think this Naze and Dore are the ones that are in use in our game, and the ones before aren't. Because I think there's only one of each of these guys. So I'm pretty sure it's both of these artworks, and it's maybe the other one for the Salsa. Here we have a Chilled, I'm not sure on. This Tubi and Kabira might be in use. The Bojack leader we have here, this is definitely the same front side. I'm pretty sure, yeah, this back side is totally different. Also, in this game, they're called Bojack Gang rather than Bojack Brigade, and they spell it without the U. This Trunks I don't think is in use in our game. This Gohan is. Front and back is the same combination as in set 6 from our game. I think this is the basis of a super rare in our game. I know this is the Space Pirate Zangia one, the rare one. I'm pretty sure this Trunks is in the game. I'm not sure on this Bojack. This Gokua, or they call him Kogu in Japan, I guess. Pretty sure this is a card. I'm pretty sure this Beidou is as well. This Bujin I don't think is. I'm not sure on this Goku. This Gohan definitely is. I'm not sure on this one. Or this Vegeta. I'm pretty sure this Trunks isn't in the game. This might be the Piccolo I'm thinking of. That is the Super Combo from set 6 maybe. This is the Krillin that was just reprinted in Battle Evolution Booster, the one from set 6 that gains critical if you take a life when he attacks. Here we have excess cash. It's definitely in the game in set 6. So these guys aren't in our game, but they are in this one. So we have the various tournament competitors from like the Intergalactic tournament in the BoJack movie. I think this BoJack might be used. Don't think these cards are the basis for. Actually, this Bujin might be. I think this is the. Yeah, this is the Bujin. I'm pretty sure. And that brings us to the end of set 3. So that brings us to the end of the second part of this series. Part 3 will be out tomorrow. If you are not subscribed and you want to be notified when part 3 comes out tomorrow, go ahead and subscribe. Also, if you want to go ahead and follow me over on Twitter, I'm at Cardass. I've been posting these GIFs I've been making from the Broly movie. I've also been posting links to all the videos. Going forward, I'm going to try to, whenever possible, tweet out short clips of upcoming videos. So if you want to get like a sneak peek of what's coming up on the channel, like I said, go ahead and follow me on @Cardass on Twitter. And once again, thanks for watching.